Hey guys, today I want to discuss Litecoin, which has seemingly been forgotten during this recent crypto bull run. It saw a nice move in price today, which inspired me to dig a bit deeper into what's been going on. Let's take a look. What's up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets, and today we're going to take a deeper look at Litecoin. First, I got to ask you to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, trigger the algorithms, make this video be seen by more and more people. But let's dig right into Litecoin. First, a bit of background. Litecoin will turn 10 this year. It was created in 2011 by Charlie Lee, who sold all of his Litecoin very famously in 2017 to focus on its technical development. He said it was regardless of price. From a trader's perspective, however, he exited just on time as Litecoin hit its all-time high of $375 in December 2017, right around the time that Charlie sold it. Today, Litecoin's trading at around $200, somewhere around 4.5 times higher than in September 2020, but it's still just slightly above 50% of its all-time high from 3 years ago. Meanwhile, as you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading well above their all-time highs, meaning that Litecoin is obviously lagging. So where is Litecoin today? Let's find out. Litecoin was off the radar lately, but still there's some very, very important developments. Grayscale invested massively in Litecoin in 2020, but seemingly nobody was talking about it. Last year, they bought over 1.1 million Litecoins for the Grayscale Litecoin Trust, which now has over $250 million under management. Now, obviously, you can't compare that to the $27 billion Bitcoin trust, but still, there's a strong institutional interest in Litecoin. Grayscale would not be offering a product like this unless there were buyers. So you have to assume that as institutions get more interested in Bitcoin and then Ethereum, that Litecoin is likely to be the next one. So I think it's really notable that Grayscale is still investing so heavily in Litecoin. Now, in October of 2020, PayPal added Litecoin as well. 346 million users of PayPal have access to Litecoin and can use it at any of PayPal's 26 million merchants around the globe. Well, what does that mean and how will that affect the price? Well, we don't know. It's great news, but we all know that people don't generally spend their crypto, especially in the United States, because the tax implications are horrendous. Every single time you buy something with crypto, you have a taxable transaction for selling. That said, this news from PayPal sort of sets up a future use case for merchants when the laws are better and when people do start spending their crypto. So it's really, really good for mainstream adoption that people have the ability to spend and take crypto by merchants. It's just not really happening yet. Also, Litecoin futures open interest achieved a record 872 million across all exchanges in February. Now, yeah, we saw huge inflated numbers from almost every single coin, but this is a really big jump for Litecoin, which means that last month, or actually during this month, tons of people have been trading Litecoin with leverage. So it is getting a lot of interest from the trading community, and that's something we saw bubbling a bit in the past few weeks before we saw this slight crypto correction. And apparently Litecoin has some cool new investors, and the price appreciation has made some of them very, very happy. We recently found out that none other than Gene Simmons, the founder of Kiss, you know, the guy with the tongue, he's an investor in Litecoin and an ecstatic one at that. Moreover, Mark Cuban, in a recent AMA on Reddit, Wall Street Bets, revealed that he also owns Litecoin. Now, who else do we need? Guess you all know probably by now about my friend John Kim, the guy who sold everything, including his business and house, to go all in Litecoin and become its evangelist. He even broke up with his wife. Now he gives Litecoin to kids to spend on ice cream at Baskin Robbins, games at GameStops, movie tickets at AMC theaters. You can read his story on Decrypt. It's epic, and it's linked in the description below. He also has an awesome podcast, The Funky Podcast with Ben Askren. So regarding the technical side, Litecoin is now working on Mimblewimble. It's a privacy feature that takes its name from Harry Potter. Gryffindor! Eventually give Litecoin fungibility. What does that mean? It means one coin is indistinguishable from another, which makes it untraceable. This upgrade could have some negative consequences for Litecoin, as privacy coins may have problems with anti-money laundering legislation. That's the AML you always hear about, and exchanges might want to get rid of them. Though it might not be the case for Litecoin because Mimblewimble will be an optional feature. But that said, we have seen like Bittrex removed XMR, Monero, and other privacy coins, and they could be putting themselves at risk for being targeted for that kind of action. So anyway, let's now take a very quick look at the charts. First, I want to take a look at the Litecoin USD chart, and I want to zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. I'm going to look at the weekly because the very small price action doesn't really matter very much. What's very notable about this chart, you can see the highs here, $370.78. Well, since then, we saw this massive drawdown through all of 2018 and into 2019 when it bottomed and effectively ranged, below this $146 level until December of 2020. That's a really, really long time. But what's interesting is when it broke that $146.95 level, it confirmed this double bottom here, bottom here, bottom here. That level is the swing high between them, aka the neckline of the double bottom. And once it broke, it confirmed that it should be targeting right around here, $271.98. It did not quite reach that. It recently reached a high of $245.97, but that's not bad. You'll notice this target is taken by measuring the depth of the double bottom, then extrapolating it here. It's a logarithmic chart, which is why this looks smaller than this. It's based on percentages and not absolute price, but we should see price continuing up after this massive double bottom was confirmed. Now, more locally, it created a support at $185.75. That was this resistance here. Price has flipped it, retested the support, broke through it, but currently on this week is trading back above. So you want to see the weekly candles closing above 185.75. Ultimately, if that happens, we should be targeting the highs at 370, 780. And then, honestly, I believe that eventually that will be flipped to support and we will see price discovery for new all-time highs on the USD pair, 400 and above. Let's take a quick look at the Litecoin Bitcoin chart. You can see that Litecoin bounced nicely today, but what's notable is not that it bounced, but where it bounced. It's been ranging here since November 12th, basically, of 2020, right? In this trading range from roughly 3631 to 5356. That's 0.003631 and 0.005356. Reached the top, has found resistance here at the EQ. This dashed line is the 50% level of the range. That's called the EQ or equilibrium. Came down, was rejected at the center line, bounced at the bottom. Again, was not able to make it to the top, but now in the last 2 days, we're seeing it bounce once again from the bottom of the range. With a bounce like this on this doji right here, and then the move up, you could also call that a spinning top. And the move up, if this candle closes like this, especially engulfing the previous day candle, we should be targeting at least the EQ of this range. Flip that, we should be heading to the top of the range. And if you can break above the top of the range, that's when you start talking about much, much higher targets for Litecoin and a true reversal. A break below the range effectively would be a hunt for the lows of the last few years. This is the Binance chart, so it doesn't have the full history, but that would be the lows of the year. But all said and done, on both pairs, USD and Bitcoin, it looks like it's found some support. So we'll be watching that very closely. So guys, that's basically it. That's my analysis of Litecoin. Let me know what you think about Litecoin. Go ahead and leave some comments. Would you like me to interview Charlie Lee? I'll hit him up and we can get him on here and do an AMA. So let me know about that in the comments as well. Once again, I am Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, join the newsletter. You can do that down below. And also check out my sponsor, Femex. They are absolutely awesome. Thanks once again and see you guys tomorrow.